So in class, we're going to be using a site called Mindomo. That is at www.mindomo.com. Go ahead and put that into your browser. Mindomo is an online concept mapping program that will help us create a visual representation of the way that we understand information. One of the nice things about Mindomo is that Mindomo allows you not only to have information stored on here, but to make that information expandable and collapsible. So you would put your main idea in the center, then you would put all of the different pieces of that out here on the side, and you can actually expand those to show the way that you understand information. We're going to be using this throughout the year, and the way that we're going to start is by putting in this center part, we're going to put English 7-8, senior literature, English 7-8, mythology, whichever class you're in, and then we're going to be putting the specific units that we're going to be studying over on the sides. So, in order to get started, what you're going to do is you are going to go to where it says sign up. You're going to type in your first name. You're going to type in your last name. If you want, you can just do a single initial for your last name. Then you're going to put in your email address. And go through the rest of the sign up process. Please make sure that you do pick a username that doesn't identify you specifically, because your username will be shown on public pages. It's a good idea to use the same username that you have used on the other sites that we're setting up for class. You can use the same password, or you can use a different password. Just make sure that whatever password you select is one that you will remember. And what you are going to do next is you're going to come down. Down here it says that you agree to the terms of use. Please make sure that you read those before you do agree. And then down here you can deselect both of those, and then you say, I agree. So it tells us that we just became members of this, and they sent a message to us so that we could verify using our email. What you should have done was put in your District 11 email so that you can activate it from here at school, and you need to log in and actually activate that. What ends up happening is by the time that you get done with this is that you're going to be able to log in. So if I go back, I have a login, so I'm going to log in. Once you've verified your account, you will be able to get logged in, and you will see something that looks like this. You have the ability to make a new map, you have the ability to upload maps or to upload information. You have the ability to share your creations. You can actually make it so that the maps that you have are going to be shared with other people, and you can work together on things. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a new map. And that new map is going to be called English 7, 8 dash senior lit, or mythology, depending on which one of the classes you're in. For the tags, we're not actually going to put in tags right now. We can go back in and add those later. You can put in a description. This is what I learned in senior lit. And then you can go ahead and select that you want it to be English. You can set it so that it is private to start with. Eventually, we'll be taking one or two of these, and we'll be making them public. But to start with, we're going to go ahead and make them private, and then we are just going to say new. And now what we have is we've got our center idea right here. Now everything else is going to come out of here. What we're going to do to start with is we're going to add a new topic. So we make sure that this is selected. We come up and we click on new topic. That's going to give us this. If you double click, you can get in and you can start to type in there. And what we're going to do to start off is we're going to say Unit 1, the danger of a single story. This right here is one of our main ideas. Now there are going to be subtopics. So what we're going to do is we're going to select this and we're going to have the subtopic. Now one of the things that we've been talking about in class in terms of the danger of the single story is we have been talking about the fact that that there is such a thing as bias. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in bias. Then we're going to come back up here and we're going to go to where it says subtopic, and we're going to talk about some other things as well. So some of the other things that we talked about in terms of the danger of a single story was the power of information. So those are two big ideas. Now we want to go ahead and we want to link out to a couple of things. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to uh, a different tab here, and we're going to search for the danger of a single story. This right here is the link that we're going to go ahead and grab. So you can go and right click and say copy shortcut, or if you want to, you can actually go in and you can copy this link right here. But what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our piece here, and we're going to go back to where it says the danger of a single story. Now there are all sorts of things that you can add in. So when we go back to the danger of a single story, up here you see that there is a place where it says multimedia. You see that there is a place where it says hyperlink. So what we can do is we can go ahead and we can put the hyperlink to the page, or if we want to, you see where it says share here, we can actually get the link specifically, to this talk. What we're going to do, at least to start with, is we're just going to go ahead and we're going to put in the hyperlink. So we're going to go ahead and paste that in here. Make sure that it doesn't end up with two HTTPs. And then you're going to say TED Talk right here where it says description. And we're going to go ahead and say add. So now, if we go back here, you see that it has a little T. That right there is the link, and if we click on that, it'll take us out. We also focused on a couple of resources in terms of the bias, in terms of the power of information. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and link out to the information that I gave you guys on news bias, and I want you to link out to an article or two that talks about how you can control information. We also talked in here about the whole idea, so we're going to put in another subtopic. We talked about the whole idea of being able to edit information in order to create a single story, right? So editing information slash omitting slash sound bites, because we talked about all of those things in class. And so what we're going to do is we're going to link out to some information about this. Now we did have a wiki that people were posting their articles to, so what I want you to do is I want you to embed a hyperlink that will take us out to the different information that people had edited in their articles. And so that's really kind of how we're going to be using this. We're going to be going from here into a couple of other units. So some of the other units, we're going to have creation stories. We are going to have down here, we're going to be having technology. So these are all different types of information that we have been going over in class. It's a good idea to include all of the links and all the outside resources for those things. It's also going to be a good idea for you to have a subtopic that is going to focus on vocabulary. Okay, so as we go through and you guys get some more information about each one of these, what we're going to do is we're going to start to build up basically what your schema is. Now, schema is the way that you understand the world, and the way that you are going to understand this class is going to be based on the kinds of information that we go over. So you need to figure out how you want to actually organize this, but these are the kinds of tabs that you're going to be using. Okay? That is kind of how you use this. It's a good idea once you get all the way done to come up here to where the little save button is. Just make sure that it's saved. It says that it's saved automatically. That's great. And then you can come up here, and if you want to, you can actually save it to your local hard drive. You can share it out, you can print it, you can export it, you can do all sorts of things. So what we're going to do though is we're just going to save it, and then we're simply just going to come up and log out at the end of the day. Okay, so go ahead and flesh that out. Make sure that you've got lots of information on there, and make sure that you continue to use this resource and update it with new information as we go through the year.